In today's video, I talk about my natural hair journey. I talk about wearing mini braids for a whole year and the transformation and growth in my natural hair. I also took you through some poll results of you or the problems that you've been having with your hair, giving you tips on how to grow your natural hair long, healthy and strong. So this is what my hair looked like a year ago. I literally cannot believe that this is my hair. It looks thin, it looks dry, it looks uneven. It really doesn't look like my hair. Even as I pulled the hair at the end there, you can see knots. And so it was full of issues. When I look at this video, I'm so happy that I happened to film this video, although I wasn't feeling my hair at all. And so this video is a reminder that this is your natural hair journey. There will be ups and there will be downs. And I'm here to give you tips along the way. As someone who's been growing their hair out since 2007, Big Chop 2009, I do have a lot of information that I've gained over that period of time, and let you know that even when you mess up, even when you do something bad to your hair, that you're able to regrow and get it back to a place of health. This is my hair today. I've recently taken down mini braids and I'm showing you my hair. It looks fuller, it looks healthier, my hair looks beautiful, looks natural, thick and gorgeous. And so by learning a lot of stuff over the last year on my regimen, a lot of things that I thought I was doing right, relearning my natural hair, I'm able to see a big difference. And so I've done a side by side there for you to see the difference in my hair. I have plenty of videos on my channel. In fact, I've got a playlist on my natural hair journey, so do go ahead and check it out so you can see how far my hair is progressing. It's still growing, and mini braids has played a big part in that. And you know, learning tips and techniques of how to handle my hair has also played into that, and I'm growing my hair out now to beautiful lengths, and I'm here to encourage you to do the same. I'll be here to help you, give you tips on how to grow your natural hair long. Simply Shev is a community and I love to hear from you. I recently put out this poll asking you, what issues are you currently facing with your natural hair? So I'm going to be talking through these with you one by one. Once again, as you watch my natural 4C hair journey here, side by side video evidence before and after, do go ahead, hit the subscribe button and also check out the playlist showing you week 1, week 2, up to week 20 of my mini braids. I've reinstalled them. The main thing for me is length retention. Your hair will grow, but it's about the amount of hair that we can retain. So according to the poll I've just shown you, the number one issue that a lot of you seem to be facing is dryness or moisture issues with your hair. My very first tip is that water is the main moisturizer that you will use on your hair. One of the great things about wearing mini braids for the last year is I'm able to wet my hair with water, not being worried about frizz or having to, re-stretch my hair. But you really do need to try to get water inside. So internally, try to drink a lot more water, and externally, try to use a lot more water on your hair. Also, water down your products and use a lot more water-based products on your hair. Your hair literally just needs water, and the main form of water, moisture is water. So do get plenty of water in your regimen. I've been using things such as flaxseed in my regimen as well, and it's very moisturizing. It almost reminds me of glycerin. Glycerin is also a good thing to use to get moisture in your hair. I use Scalp as my main leave-in. I've been saying this on this channel. I've recommended it to friends and family. It's a great moisturizer. But the main thing also about getting moisture in your hair is sealing the moisture in. I seal my moisture in with castor oil, with Vaseline, anything that keeps that hair moisturized. The moisture is trying to always escape. If we're outside and it's hot, it's trying to get dry. So you want to have something that's going to coat the hair and stop the moisture from escaping from your hair. I've also used Kinky Curly Knot today, and that was a really good moisturizer. So 2 moisturizers I recommend, Scalp and Kinky Curly Knot today. I will say your main moisturizer is water though, and if you can use a Veda, try flaxseed, make your own flaxseed gel, and also seal that in with something such as Vaseline. The next issue that quite a lot of you was facing is scalp issues. Now I've got scalp issues at the moment. I've got a video on how I deal with my psoriasis, dermatitis, dandruff, etc. So do check that out. I'll try to link it in this video. It's quite a detailed video. But if you do have underlying conditions such as eczema or psoriasis, it's a whole different ball game about how you deal with the flare-ups, etc. If you are having dry scalp after never having dry scalp before, you might want to investigate the reasons why. Are you anemic? Do you need to do a blood test to run some bloods to see if it's something internally? Because sometimes our skin is trying to tell us something about our health. So the very first thing is to determine if it's a long-term condition such as eczema or psoriasis, which will need to be maintained and managed separately. Now, I've been using virgin hair fertilizer on my hair. It's got sulfur in there, and I also use sulfurates. Those two products help to manage my long-term condition, which is dandruff and psoriasis, and so I'm able to cope with that because I know I've always had it. If you've never had it and your hair is now dry, I would look into the reason. I've also discovered recently that I'm anemic, and so I'm seeing even much more flare up. I've been having to wash my hair. The main thing is to wash that dandruff off of your scalp. Try not to keep on coating things on there, but wash your hair first and then add the medication, because the sulfurate grease, hair grease, is a medication, but you don't want to keep piling that on top of the dandruff. You want to wash your hair and then apply it on there. So briefly back to the video and my natural hair journey. You can see even as I pull the length of hair at the front of my hair is really growing this hair. I'm sharing with you on Simply Shev really simple ways of growing your natural hair out, going back to mini twists and mini braids, getting away from extension and going back to simple natural hair care, and you're able to get good results. Just follow along the tips and tricks on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell. Also give this video a like and comment down below. If you have any questions, I'll be very pleased to do a video on it. The next one that scored quite highly on the list was Sheen hair growth. And I like the way that's put because Sheen length on your hair is about length retention. Your hair is going to grow, and most of us have at least ½ an inch of hair every month. So what's happening, you're not really seeing the retention of that length that you are growing. Now I'm wearing mini braids on my natural hair as a way of retaining all of the length, most of the length of hair that I'm growing. You will need to find a way of harvesting all of the hair that you're growing in order to see a difference in your length. If you are currently using any protective style, in air quote, that damages your hair, after a while you will find that the hair that you've grown out, you will need to cut off, and in that way you are not retaining length. I wore crochet braids for a whole year. I got so much growth and I had to cut it off. You saw me cutting my hair away in my mini twist. Watch my mini twist playlist. You will see in the very first video, I had to just start cutting my hair. My hair was quite long, but it looked very stringy. A problem with using a lot of synthetic hair to grow your hair is often neglected underneath that synthetic hair, and your scalp and all of that. You're not really treating your hair, you're treating the synthetic hair. And I found that by doing that for myself, I got a lot of growth and I had to get rid of the length. So you want to find a natural protective style such as mini braids, such as mini twists, that will allow you to keep that good hair. Now, my hair has been infused with Aveda. It's got henna in there, which is really making my hair a lot stronger and able to retain the length. So there's plenty of things that you can infuse into your own natural hair to keep it on for longer. Remember, our hair is quite kinky and each point is just looking to break. So anything you can do to really help the bonds to bond together, such as henna, that will help you with length retention. You want to make sure your hair is moisturized and sealed, because if it's breaking, it's also not going to be retaining much length. Remember, hair growth is about length retention. Your hair is growing, but try to find a way of keeping the length that you've grown on your head. For me, mini braids is number one. I can see the hair growing from my scalp, which is really motivating. And by keeping my hair in for an extended period of time, long-term protective styling in my own natural hair, I'm able to see maximum length. Look at the difference you can see in the video. My hair is literally transforming. This was a year ago, and I do have a video on my channel with it, which is where I got this footage from. The next issue that scored quite highly on the list was about detangling. I've got really sensitive scalp, and so detangling my natural hair speaks very, very close to my heart. One of the tips I can give you is to pre-poo your natural hair. If you're taking it from long-term protective styling like this, it's a whole process for me. I will not be putting anything in my hair unless my hair is thoroughly pre-pooed and moisturized enough to be able to pull a comb through. I always say use your fingers so that you can feel any knots, any resistance in your hair, and then use the widest tooth comb possible and comb through your hair. Try not to detangle your hair when you're not in the mood. Set aside enough time to be able to detangle your hair in order not to rip it out, and try to use the right tools. Try to stay away from too much heat, but a little bit of heat is okay to be able to stretch your hair. Also, on detangling your hair, what I tend to do, I wash my hair and then I plait it in about 4, then I plait those again about 2 or 3 times until my hair is stretched out. You want to keep your hair as stretched as possible so that it's not coiling back on itself. Try to keep your hair in some sort of style as well. Don't wash your hair and just leave it all by itself with no products or anything in. You will find detangling a nightmare that way. I do hope all of these tips are helping you. Do go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also give this video a like if you're finding the information beneficial. It would really help me a lot. Thank you. One of the comments on one of my lovely subscribers was about taking down long-term protective style, also putting in long-term protective style. I do have the pros and cons of wearing mini braids. Mini braids is a wonderful protective style for growing your hair. It's not very good for putting in and taking out. It takes ages to put in and take out. But I will say, styles such as chunky twists, mini twists, and all the other styles, they really grow your hair just the same. Even chunky braids. I've chosen mini braids because of my styling options, and I actually like the way it looks. But you're also able to style your hair in a way that's much quicker to put in and take out, and it will grow just the same. So try styling methods that's easier. Generally, the easier is to put in is going to be the easier is to take out. And it's also the less friction and damage that it will cause on your hair strand. Good alternatives to mini braids, chunky twists, any form of style, flat twists. As long as your ends are protected, your hair is moisturized, and your scalp is looking well, it will grow. Another comment received was about the weakness from the friction of doing especially long-term protective style like I've been doing. I stated in the takedown video, which is the video on the right, that before I took down my braids, I actually did a strengthening henna treatment. Do go ahead and check out my DIY playlist. I cannot underestimate the value of learning a Veda for your hair. Henna has been life-changing for me. My hair was very weak and fragile, and as you can see, my hair is low to medium density. It is not thick, it is not full. Henna has been able to strengthen my hair and also thicken my hair. So I recommend that before you take down any protective style, you give yourself a henna rinse or an Aveda rinse. You could also use flaxseed, fenugreek, and all of those lovely treatments. But for me, henna really does help me to strengthen my natural hair. So that is a recommendation that I give you there if you're finding that your hair feels really weak after protective styling or before. I used to use Alpha-G. You could still use Alpha-G and any really strong protein, but do make sure that you put the moisture back. After I do henna in my hair, it's always followed by hello hydration. That's the conditioner that I always recommend on your hair. You could even leave a little bit, dilute it down and use it as a leave-in. Always have castor oil in my hair as well, not on the scalp but also on the length of my hair. If you are enjoying these side-by-side comparison videos, I do have a playlist on my channel. This is really what my hair looks like, and I'm trying to show you, being very transparent. Even when my hair was weak and broken, I was still taking videos, and I'm so happy because I'm able to compare it and show you. So in today's video, I showed you my 4C natural hair journey. I've come a long way in a year after using mini braids and learning more information on growing my natural hair. My hair is so beautiful, long, thick and healthy. I've got so much videos to show you, especially stretching my hair. You will see the full length, and that's coming out soon. I've also been able to visit the poll that you filled in for me a few weeks ago, and also giving you hints and tips and I hope that you found that information useful. If you have found all of that information useful, do go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me. I've also got lots more content coming up on mini braids and also just showing you how to grow your natural hair. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.